Hi guys, my name is Nairi and you will find me on the adoption channel that I run, which is there to help you around adoption, family life and support. So if that could help you, then please hit this pink subscribe button that you see down in the corner of the screen. And today we're going to talk about caring for children who've experienced domestic violence. I have other videos on neglect and sexual abuse. There's some links there up above, but today it's about those who've experienced domestic violence. What can you expect from a child that has been through domestic violence, and how can you help them? So firstly, they are normally very agitated, very jumpy. They have lots of issues around noise, very fearful. Bedtimes can be a real issue because obviously in a lot of houses domestic violence can happen more in the evening and the night time. And so fearful, anxious children that jump a lot, are very agitated, and are also extremely afraid to lose you as the primary carer, because they are always fearful that something might happen to their mother or their father, depending on who's the perpetrator. So fearful of losing somebody, very insecure about losing their main carer. But wetting and soiling, and having issues over food, having nightmares, bedwetting, it's all there, as it is for other types of abuse, yes, but I think sometimes we forget the emotional level of abuse that happens alongside domestic violence. So I think when we're talking about domestic violence, we're also talking about emotional abuse, whereas the child might well have been in the mix of being targeted by the perpetrator in the middle of all this going on. So they may feel guilty about what's happening when they're seeing somebody being hurt, and also fearful of the fact that they may be hurt, and clearly they may have been physically hurt too. So there's a massive amount of things in the mix, but when we just say domestic violence, it just rolls off the tongue, and people just don't take into consideration how deep it can go, that emotional abuse can go. So guys, how can you help these children? Well, you're going to have to be very patient and nurturing with them, and accept that they're going to have a lot of triggers around loud noises. They're going to be fearful around certain types of people, particularly those who raise their voice, and they may actually have very low self-esteem, because if they feel they were partly to blame, then they are going to have real issues around their own self-worth. And also they may cling to you like glue. So you're going to have to build and nurture that attachment. There's another link there. Attachment is all about what we need to do with children that have experienced abuse. So building that close bond with them is going to be difficult, because they're going to be fearful of losing you. And when you're fearful of losing someone, you don't sometimes want to get that close. So you're going to have to make sure they understand that you're going to be there for them. And if you have a raised argument in the house, which is going to happen, you might have to go to them and say, it's fine. It's not like what you're used to. It's fine. It's just a little discussion, a little argument. Everything's going to be fine. And keep sometimes noise down to a minimum. I know for a long time with one of our boys, we couldn't even bother with firework nights because that was just too much for him to be able to do that. So they're often very, very nervous about things, and you just need to be very nurturing, very mindful of the fact that they probably are very fragile. And I know when the boys came to us, they were very fragile over all sorts of noises and things happening, and everything was a scary moment really for them, and they'd had lots and lots of domestic violence around them. So guys, I hope that helps you, just a short video, and if you like what you hear, then please hit the pink subscribe button down below. Thank you.